Hi guys!
Hi, we're the
WW Gays.
I'm Jean-Luc.
I'm Nick.
And guess what?
It's another quick tip.
Woohoo! We look all dressed up.
I know, it just came home from work. We're actually shooting this today, November, whatever day it is.
6th, I think it is today.
Yeah, so it is
November
actually
6th.
Tuesday. We're filming this right after work and then we're going to put it online right after
Yeah,
this.
so you guys are almost
hot
getting
off the
practically
press.
live.
Yeah, practically live.
Practically
Which is
live.
what's happening on
Sunday
this week.
Our very first live episode.
Yeah,
it's
so-
going to be interesting to see if anybody shows up. If not, we'll just
Talk together
and we'll
just
put,
chat.
we'll put the kitties on.
Yeah, we'll put the
If
kitties
we
on.
say the kitties are going to be there, I'm sure everybody will show up.
Exactly.
Because that's what they're coming
The
in to
guests
see.
this weekend are our cats.
Our cats. Our
So
cats.
we're hoping you show up. It's all going to be on YouTube. So just
8 p.m. Eastern time.
So just log on.
We don't know
and
if
then-
we're in standard time right now or not, so Eastern time.
Yeah, Eastern time. Don't know if it's. I think it's just Eastern time.
I think it's ET now. Yeah.
Yeah. So today's quick tip.
On home. Sorry,
Today's
asking.
quick tips about dinner time. So
Which is what we're going to eat right now.
yeah,
soon, actually.
Yeah. So we actually just thought about this video because a lot of people ask us about what do you do at dinner time. There's actually a lot of tips that are sometimes shared at our WW workshops that talk
That
about
maybe you guys don't know about.
Yeah.
And what you should do about with your dinner in order to make it easier for you.
Yeah, make it easier for you. Make it easier on your journey so that you can improve your habits and try to make it a little easier for you to get through dinner every night. So the
Tip
first
number one.
tip is drink
Water. H2O.
Yeah,
Drink
so-
water before your meal.
Yeah, before you eat, try to drink some water at least a half an hour before. It helps to fill up your stomach.
So that way when you go to eat, you're not going to eat as much.
We don't do that as much ourselves,
We don't.
but it's a tip that other people have
Other
used.
people said that it's
So we thought
successful.
we'd share that. And we'll tell you with the ones that
But we
use.
drink a lot of water during the day as well,
Yes,
so
we
it's
drink a
not
lot
like
of
we
water.
don't drink a lot of water. And then technically our water with Mio in it is water.
Yeah, but we don't do that.
We don't do it before, but we do it at other times.
Yeah. The next one is your portions on your plate. So one of the tricks that, so an example, before we were on this journey, one of our usual dinners would have been pasta.
Yeah.
And our plate would have been pasta. So basically this plate right here would have been heaping with pasta. We
That's
probably
it.
had garlic bread with it.
Well, probably garlic bread and a really bad Caesar salad.
And the pasta would have been just pasta. No
Yeah.
meat, no veggies, it would have been just that.
Well, but there would have been a meat sauce.
Yeah, but sometimes even not. Sometimes we had
Sometimes.
Alfredo.
Alfredo,
Which
which is even worse.
So, why we're bringing this up is because we've changed kind of how our portions work. So your plate should always be split into 4, technically. So you split your plate into 4. 1/4 becomes your meat,
Your protein.
your protein. The other quarter becomes your carbs, so your rice, your quinoa. And then half the plate becomes your vegetable. And we actually we follow that all the time.
rule. Pasta is no longer a main course for
Yeah.
us. Pasta is now a side. We
Yeah.
treat pasta as a side all the time. Unless we're having a stir-fry type deal, then it becomes our main course.
And that allows you to always plan correctly. So if you look at your plate one night, you see like half your plate is protein or half your plate is carb, you know that you're not doing this right on that specific dinner.
Yeah.
So you know how to kind of gauge and correct it so that you can have a plate that has a correct portion on
There
the
is
plate.
even a plate at Weight Watch at WW, I should say, that actually gives you like the lines in
sections.
it, so that way you have a better idea as to what you do.
But
If you want to go that bad,
Yeah,
but
but
I mean,
we use a quarter, so we know
Yeah.
that a quarter, and half is how we figured out. Next tip.
the next tip I have for you guys is when you're cooking your meal and you're prepping, especially if you're at a big family, don't serve family style.
Yeah.
Serve your portions in the kitchen on your plate, at least maybe for you, so that way you know exactly what you have on your plate and you're less tempted to go for seconds. If you do it for everybody, that way no one is tempted to go for seconds, and if they want seconds, they physically have to get up and go get them.
Exactly.
And don't let them make you go get their seconds, unless they're a little child.
Yeah. Well, you can go get them too as long as you have control.
As long as you have that temptation,
Exactly.
knowing that your plate is still...
You don't have that temptation.
You don't have the temptation, and that plate is your plate, the plate that you already served yourself.
Yeah. So the next thing is to make an event. So you can see on our table here, we have some of our nicer dishes. Actually,
We actually forgot to take out those
We
dishes.
have also these dishes here that you guys have seen on some of our meals. So we like to eat fancy.
Yeah.
Like, not fancy to the same like, oh, we're always dressed up like
No.
fancy. But what we mean is that when we have dinner, we try to make it more of an event.
Make it an event. Take the wine glasses out, even if you're not
Yeah.
having wine. You know,
Make your fancy dishes.
Take your
make
fancy
it, make
dishes.
it a nice dish.
Make your meal something more than just sit down, eat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do it all the time, but if you do that once or twice a week, sometimes.
We tend not to, so we'll give you guys like a lowdown. We don't tend to eat in the dining room a lot, which
No.
is a bad thing. We eat in front of the TV, which is one of our points below. We'll get to that in a bit.
Yep.
But we don't eat in the dining room. But we still try to make sure that our plates look nice. No matter what, we try to make it look pretty. Most of the pictures we take are from plates that we're actually eating, so we try to always make it look beautiful just so that it makes us a little happier about eating our meal.
Mm-hmm.
The next tip Back to exactly what I was just saying.
Less distractions.
We don't listen to this at all. So
We
do
don't.
not listen. Like, this is not something we do. We watch TV.
We don't practice what we preach, I guess, right now.
Well, no,
we're giving you guys ideas that other people have shared with us.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd share them with you guys as well.
Yeah.
And it's funny though, because for a while when we moved into this house, we did sit at the dining room table. But since we've added activity into our lives right now, we don't really get a lot of in front of the TV time because we're always doing something. So that's when we enjoy our TV time as well.
So we usually have dinner in front of the TV, which is one thing that WW suggests not to. Remove your phone, remove the TV, remove distractions so that you're just concentrating on your meal and how you're eating. So they say sometimes it makes you more cognizant of what you're putting in your mouth. It also allows you to slow down your chewing if you want to, because I'm horrible at it. I eat really fast. Like,
He's
this is
a
one
speed
thing.
eater.
It's one thing I've not changed. Like, a lot of these dinner tips are stuff that we hear. Some of them we've incorporated, like using nice dishes, you know, portioning, things like that. But some of them we just want to share because, like we said, we don't use them, but maybe you'll like them. So, the next one.
Next one is
smaller utensils.
Using a smaller utensil. Did you already say smaller plate? No, smaller utensils. So basically, instead of using your regular size fork and spoon as I have here, you use the smaller one. Because what happens is it takes you a little bit longer to eat.
Or
it's not as quick. Or use chopsticks, actually.
That's even longer.
Challenge yourself.
Yeah.
But
so it makes it a little harder for you to eat. You don't eat as much, you don't put as much in your mouth at the same time.
Yeah.
I've actually even heard people use baby spoons.
Yeah,
to try to slow themselves down from eating. So those are all options you can use. The next one, which is the one you kind of alluded to,
this
one. The smaller plate. So we don't use this one, but whenever we go out to other places,
when we go to parties or anything like that,
try to find a smaller plate. And the reason is because you can't put as much.
We'll take the dessert plate instead.
You can't put as much on here, and that's the issue. And this really works for people who have tendencies to always want seconds. So like if you're a person you always want seconds, like that used to be me. I used to be a second. I think you were kind of that way too. I grew up
depending on what was being served.
I grew up in a household where if you didn't go for seconds, you didn't like it. So I grew up thinking I always had to go for seconds. And I know my mom always says she wishes she hadn't done and instilled that rule with us, but that's how it was when we were growing up. So with this, if you go up twice, you can actually still get your one portion because you can...
As long as you're not going up twice, right?
Yeah.
So always keep in consideration how much you're putting on your plate, because if the smaller the plate it is, but you're still doing a heaping portion on it, that's not probably the best idea.
Yeah.
And our last tip that I want to say again is while you're eating, drink water if you can. Like, I think what ends up happening is make sure you chew. I think it's a lot of times we don't sit down and chew. We actually just sit and swallow, and it's not a good thing, right?
Yeah. So take time to enjoy your meal. Make it pretty. Make it an event.
Dress up if you want to. Like, I mean, we're dressed up right now. Put some candles on, put some music on.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares if the kids are sitting beside you? You know what I mean? They'll probably enjoy it and have some fun with that as well.
I used to like it as a kid. I love fancy dinners.
Fancy dinners are always a thing for me too.
So maybe that's why I like them.
We just like fancy dishes.
Exactly. So those are our tips for dinner time. If anybody out there has their own tips.
If you have other tips, post them below.
Post them below.
Whatever you guys do for your dinners.
Subscribe to our channel, WW Days.
Can you believe it? We are at 540 subscribers as of today.
Which is kind of insane. So thank you all.
We just hit 500 like a few days ago, it seems like. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing.
And everything.
And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget you can find us at
WW_gays on Twitter. You can also find us on Connect and on Instagram, NikkiPoo999.
Trip7719.
And you can also find us on, what's the other one?
Facebook.
WW Gays from Fat to Fit. So you can find us on there as well. And this Thursday, we are going to be posting a video for our quinoa recipe.
Our quinoa.
I think we talked about this on Sunday. A lot of people have asked us, how do you guys do it? We cook ours in the oven, so we actually film it.
And it's a really quick video just to show you guys how we cook it, and that's it. There's nothing else in that video.
And then this Sunday, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going live. So a lot of people, people at my work have asked me how it's going to work. So that's why I'm going to say, I
don't even know this. This is a hot off the presses. He's never told me any of this.
So the way it's going to work is YouTube allows us to go live. And when we go live, there's a chat room that opens, normally, from what we've seen. So what we're hoping is that when the chat room opens, you all can come on and
ask us questions, make us do silly things. We don't know.
And if you're on other social platforms, if you're on our Facebook page, if you're on, Twitter. So what we'll do is on those pages, an hour before we go live, I'll post a post reminding everyone. So if you have questions ahead of time, you can actually post them on there as well.
And then this live recording always gets recorded and it'll become one of our
actual episodes. Yeah.
One of our episodes.
And we might be doing something on Friday too, but we don't know yet.
We haven't figured
that out yet. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Bye, guys.